In this video, we will see how to print the Fibonacci series in the assembly language. Okay, so maybe you are already familiar with the Fibonacci series, that we take the first two numbers, that is 0 and 1 as it is, and when we take the sum of these two numbers we get 1. Then again we take the sum of this number and its previous number, that is 2. Then again the sum of this 2 and 1, which is 3. It means that it is the sum of the previous two values, but this 0 and 1 we have to take these two numbers ourselves. Okay, so firstly, before moving toward the assembly code, we have to see any high level language code. Okay, so see over here what I'm doing. I'm firstly taking this I value as 0 and k as 1. Why? Because as I've told that we have to take these first two numbers ourselves in any variable. Okay, so I'm taking these two values in these I and k, and j is what? J is storing the sum of the previous two values, that is j will store this is my j, and the sum of previous two values will be this j. Okay, so initially j is 0, it will be updated with 1 when I will take the sum of I and j, that is I plus k will give me this j. Okay, so why I'm taking this loop L from 0 to n is that suppose the user wants to see the sum of first 10 numbers, series of first 10 numbers. So if the user enters 10 over here in the n, then this series will be printed from 0 to 34. Or in other words, we can explicitly suppose if the user enters 10, then because we have taken this 0 and 1 ourselves already, right, so these two are not the part of the loop, right, so my addition will start from here. Okay, so if the user enters 10, it means from this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 values are done. 2 more values are required. Okay, so this is just I wanted you to know that 0 and 1 we are taking it ourselves. A loop will start from here. If the user enters 8, then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. From here you are starting the counting. Okay, so let's see how the sum is happening. As I've told, that is j is what? It is taking the sum, storing the sum. And see, before going toward the assembly code, you have to understand this code, and if you know how to make this code, then you can write down the code for the assembly language yourself. Okay, so inside my j I'm taking the sum of I and k. Now what is my I? My I is this, my k is this, and we know that this value will be the sum of the previous two values, right? So k plus I will give me this j. So this is what I'm writing over here. 0 plus 1 will give me 1. And what we have to do after I know that my j is here, my k is here, and my I is here, right, I have to update my previous these two values. We have to move one value further each time. Okay, here my j was 1, right, but I know that now I have to take the sum of these two to get this new value, right? So for this we have to update our previous two values. This here is my k and here is my, you can say, I. So I want to move my I one step ahead, so I will be from here to here now, and here previously what was pointing over here? K was pointing over here, right? So now I will move k in I. This I equals k means that from here to here. Now here is my I, and previously here my k was, right? Now I also have to update my k value, so I have to move my k value over here. Just after I we have k, right? So previously here the j was here, right? Previously the j was here, so I have to update my k with j. Okay, so see here from the start, here was my 0, here was my, you can say, I and k. I plus k, that is 1, becomes j, right? And now I have to get this next sum. For that I am updating my k here was my k. I'm updating my k with this j value and updating my I with this k value. So each time I get, suppose, a new sum, suppose this is what I get from adding I plus k, this becomes my j, right? And now my I will become, you can say my I will be this one and my k will be this one. The previous two values will be your, you can say I and k. Okay, so now let's see this in assembly quickly, you can understand it. Okay, the user will enter the number where to stop, like user can enter 10, 7, whatever he wants. Okay, so we know that I am moving the offset of this in EDX because EDX is used for this purpose. We will take the input, we are clearing the EDX from here after taking the input. Okay, so now I am moving that EX value that the user has entered over here into my N. I hope now you know how to deal with assembly after lectures. Okay, so inside my EX I am moving 0. Why I am moving this 0 in EX? Because I have told you that we have to display this 0 and 1 as it is ourselves, right? So this is what I am doing over here. I am displaying my 0 and then I am displaying my 1. This is for displaying the next line. So now what we have to do, we have to deal with I, k and j in the assembly now. So this is my I, this is my j, this is my k and this is my j. So firstly we did what, we moved 0 in IS, so I'm moving EBX, I'm moving 0 in EBX, 1 in EDX and 0 in EX. Now EX is containing the result of my previous two sums. Okay, I'm starting my loop from n. You can say that the loop will run n times, right? That suppose user enters 10, so my loop will work 10 times, right? So inside my loop, what I'm doing, what we have seen that we have to do what, we have to do I plus k, j equals I plus k, right? So this is happening, my I plus k, and then my result is getting stored in this destination index, we know this, right? So my EPX is holding the result of I plus k. Now I'm moving that result in my EAX because EX was what, it was my j, right? So it is working just like this, j equals I plus k. This I plus k is the result of this EBX plus EDX. Okay, then I'm displaying the result, that is j value will be printed on the screen, that is this, you can say 0 and j is equals to I plus k. The value, the recent value of j will be in the EX and that value get printed on the screen. And now what I'm doing, we have seen that we have to update the previous two values also. So now I'm updating my, you can say this I value with k. EDX was what, it was my k, EBX was I. So I'm updating these two values and then I am updating my EDX with EX. Okay, that is k with j. We have to update our values, right?